Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video, we're going through the West Coast versus Gold Coast game in which West Coast won 97-87 and just proving the fact of the matter that Gold Coast cannot win away from home. I did look at the statistics about who Gold Coast have ended up matching up on, and they've actually played 2 times against West Coast, 2 times against North, and are going to, I believe, play 2 times against Richmond. And those are the bottom teams, and they're still in 11th or 12th. It is genuinely like they are cursed every season to be like, this is our year. They're in 6th place, come around about 12 or 13 or something like that, something 6th to 10th place, and then they just drop the bag and the bundle just falls out. But anyway, before we jump into this video, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on for future uploads, and let's get into this recap. As I'm saying, across the weekend, I don't think I caught any of this game actually. I caught a little bit of watching the Western Bulldogs versus Melbourne game when I was in the car going away for the weekend. But I don't think I caught any of this game just because it was on at the same time. But yeah, I don't remember catching any of it. Jack Darling, 1 goal 1 is quite surprising for him to be up there on 1 goal 1. I thought I was going to see about 5 goals here. 22 touches, 9 marks, 7 tackles. Just a huge effort from him, but not fantasy relevant. Duggan, 114, 22, 34, 32, 26. 1 goal from him, 22 touches, and it's quite good to see him get up there with only 22 touches. A high tackle game, it looks like. Elliot Yeo, 98, 24, 15, 17, 42. 26 touches for him, so not up there on the touches side of it, disposal-wise. But again, 6 tackles there is absolutely huge for fantasy. That's 24 points on its own. He did have a -3 on the free kick differential effectively. The other 2 above him had a good free kick differential. Witherden is an interesting one because I don't think he's quality enough to up there with some of the other halfbacks in the league. But I genuinely think he can just get a lot of the ball when he's allowed to just run around, because West Coast have it in their back line quite a lot. So he ended up with 23, 5 and 4, which is actually a pretty respectable stat line in itself. But yeah, he has the ability just to chump it up a lot with +6s. I don't think there was many scenarios where there was back-to-back +6s like you see at end of games where a halfbacker like Flanders in that St Kilda game, I believe they played, where he scored 160 and the whole Gold Coast backline turned up. They basically just kicked it back and forth for a large majority of the game, and you'll see +6, +6, +6, and they score 18 points in a minute. I don't really see that here in any of this, where he scores really, really quickly. Not even that. Yeah, there's no real back-to-back scores for him. It seems like they were very spaced out. Maybe you can see it here a little bit with this. In the matter of a minute, he scored 11 points. But yeah, outside of that, it's really, and again, another sort of minute where he scored. Well, that's just a holding the ball tackle there, I can tell, from the tackle, free kick, and a kick. So yeah, that's just a one action, I guess you would say. But yeah, Witherden is he's a difficult one to read. I definitely have, especially in the years that I've done on YouTube, he's been one that I've looked at, thought about, etc. Because you feel like there's value there just because he doesn't get too many games. And if I saw a 62 or 63 against him next year at a poor side and he was getting starting time, I would maybe consider it. But then again, it's Witherden, and you need these true guys that aren't just going to get dropped because they don't have quote-unquote quality or potential, I guess. I don't know how old Witherden is. Is he 24 now, 25? Something like that, I think. Kelly, he scored 86. No real notability there. Cripps, 85. Allen, Williams, Allen, Waterman. Waterman's an interesting one, considering he scores really well for an actual key. He's sort of dropped back a little bit. I feel like in the Coleman race, I'm actually going to check that on my phone, the Coleman race in general. Coleman 2024, let's see the actual leaders in that. So you got Hogan on 58, Curnow 56, King 49, Waterman 48. And you have to put into respect that Waterman's missed 3 games as well. and I don't know if Jesse Hogan's missed one. So he's probably within, if he had played all games, he would probably be within maybe 2 or 3 of the Coleman. I would probably put him on 55 after 20 games rather than the 48 that he's got after 17. Let me actually just do 48 divided by 17 equals 2.82, times that by 3. You can add another 8 goals to his marker, which would, put him about 2 goals back of Hogan and about level with Charlie Curnow. So he's just a quality player, and I will like to see him potentially in, there's potential of him moving to Melbourne or a Vic team, and that'll be interesting to see potential prospects next year. But then again, he's a key forward, or an undersized key, and we don't generally go for that. We generally go for guys like, I would probably go for a rookie over him, even if the rookie's scoring like 20 less, because that rookie will have more value upside, and you can spend that 20 points of value, that 180k, in another line like the midfield or the back line, or potentially paying up for the ruckman rather than something else, rather than going value, I should say. Jimby 76, Hoff 73, McGovern, Williams, Cole, Ryan, Marek, Dua, no one else here really to watch, and Clay Horse 17 came on as sub, didn't really kick into gear, I'd say, but one for definitely next year, as I think he's, with this sub appearance, it means that he is going to, unless he starts going off in the last, what do we have left? 3 games left. If he goes off in the last 3, the highest I could realistically see him averaging is about 60. And that's if he averages like 80 from here on out. And that would be 60 with also an 18% discount. So that would be 80%. So he'd still be valued at 48, even if he went at 80 for the rest of the year. So we'll wait and see how he goes. But I'm hoping he's not one like Trezise last year that just comes in for the last game. Trezise was last game, smashed it. Gota did that the year before as well, smashed it, and then they priced it like 600k. Wits, 141, 23, 43, 26, 49. That's what happens when he solos. Raul actually turned up for once. 30 and 9 tackles and 6 free kicks as well. So he got, I'm guessing, a lot of holding the ball tackles. But he was just huge in the second half with a 71, as I think they sort of fell away in the second half. Anderson, a 98. I think a lot of people were surprised about this given the opponent. He's really fallen away in the second half of this year. Will Powell, 88. Lockie Weller with a 77. I was sort of surprised to see his role, I think, was more forward of centre in the first game he played. So I'm really surprised to see his role, and I think it is taking a little bit away from Flanders. Flanders here, only 2 points in the last quarter. He stunk it up, and only 17 in the third. He was off to an absolute flyer on 54 points in the first half, especially because he got away pretty early and pretty quickly here. But just really a little bit annoying there from Flanders, especially the VC. But I did capitalise on a good captain, and I wish I'd actually gone my trade-in to be captain. So that would have been, I think, the second highest score of the week, or up there. King, Fiorini. Has King got his goal kicking boots on? Sort of. Fiorini, Long, Graham. So you can go against, they kicked 13 goals, 9 in the end, but it felt like for a couple of weeks you could just pick the designated kicker against Gold Coast because they were going to get 10 kickouts on their own because Gold Coast would kick 20 behinds. So we went through all that. Graham, 59, Holman, Yuland, and Andrew, Sexton. Is Sexton playing half forward again? I can't really tell, to be honest, because he kicked 5 and had 121 fantasy points in the VFL last week, I believe, in this round 20 game that they played. I know that it wasn't round 20 in the VFL, but I'm pretty sure that's from memory that he had a 5-goal effort. Humphrey, Swallow, Lukosius, Ballard, Johnston, Closey as well. He's been really awkward this year. I think he's sort of fallen back down as the Gold Coast have really fallen apart. The wings have really gone off a cliff. Collins, Joel Jeffrey, and Rosas, and that's pretty much the video there going through the West Coast Gold Coast games, trying to keep them relatively short, under 10 minutes, I think, for these ones, as I have little input on the actual game itself and just scores in general and just sort of how I'm reacting to the scoring, I guess, in general of the top players. And I guess this is more so West Coast is more look at who's scoring the rookies and see, just hope that they're like subbed in, subbed out so that they score less. And then also for Gold Coast, just seeing, I'm hoping Rao does kick into gear again, because he is one that has the attributes, if he can get his disposals to a regular 25, that he can be a 100 scorer. But he seems hit or miss, hot and cold very much throughout the season. But anyway, that's the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.